The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines and regulations for electrical installations to ensure safety. When determining the number of receptacles allowed on a circuit in a dwelling, several NEC articles and tables are relevant. Article 210.11c, titled General Provisions, addresses branch circuits required in dwelling units. While it doesn't directly specify the number of receptacles, it sets the stage for other sections that do. It's important to consult this article to understand the general requirements for branch circuits. Define the maximum number of outlets allowed on 15 amp and 20 amp branch circuits, referred to Table 210.21b3. This table provides specific guidance on the maximum load that can be connected to these circuits based on the overcurrent protection device rating. Note that the NEC doesn't explicitly state the maximum number of receptacles per circuit in dwelling units. Instead, it focuses on the load. The number of outlets on a general lighting and appliance branch circuit is determined by the load calculation and the rating of the overcurrent device protecting the circuit. For example, a 15 amp circuit is typically rated for a total load of 1800 volt amps and a 20 amp circuit for 2400 volt amps. When calculating the load, consider that each general use receptacle outlet is typically assigned a load of 180 volt amps, as per NEC 220.14i. With this information, you can calculate the number of receptacles permitted on a circuit. Firstly, determine the total load capacity of the circuit. For a 15 amp circuit at 120 volts, the total capacity is 15 amps multiplied by 120 volts, which equals 1800 volt amps. For a 20 amp circuit at 120 volts, the total capacity is 20 amps multiplied by 120 volts, which equals 2400 volt amps. Secondly, divide the total load capacity of the circuit by the volt amp rating of each receptacle outlet. For a 15 amp circuit, divide 1800 volt amps by 180 volt amps per receptacle, which equals 10 receptacles. For a 20 amp circuit, divide 2400 volt amps by 180 volt amps per receptacle, which equals 13.33 receptacles. Since you can't have a fraction of a receptacle, round down to 13 receptacles. Thirdly, understand that these calculations are based on the assumption that each receptacle will draw 180 volt amps. If you know that the actual load on each receptacle will be less, you may be able to install more receptacles in the circuit. However, you should never exceed the total load capacity of the circuit. To illustrate, consider a 15 amp, 120 volt circuit. The total capacity is 1800 volt amps. If you plan to install receptacles that will only be used for low power devices, such as phone chargers, you might assume that each receptacle will only draw 50 volt amps. In this case, you could install 36 receptacles on the circuit because 1800 volt amps divided by 50 volt amps per receptacle equals 36 receptacles. However, it is essential to consider the potential for future loads and not overload the circuit. Fourthly, remember that these calculations are for general purpose receptacle outlets in dwelling units. Different rules may apply for specific appliances or equipment. For example, a dedicated circuit is required for certain appliances, such as refrigerators or washing machines. These appliances should not be included in the general receptacle outlet calculations. Fifthly, consider the requirements for small appliance branch circuits in kitchens and laundry areas. NEC 210.11 code requires at least two 20 amp small appliance branch circuits for the kitchen. These circuits can only serve receptacle outlets in the kitchen, pantry, breakfast room, and dining room. Similarly, NEC 210.11c2 requires at least one 20 amp laundry circuit for the laundry area. These circuits are in addition to the general purpose receptacle outlets. Sixthly, be aware of the requirements for bathroom branch circuits. NEC 210.11c3 requires at least one 20 amp branch circuit to supply the bathroom receptacle outlet. This circuit can only serve receptacle outlets in the bathroom. In addition to these code requirements, consider practical considerations when determining the number of receptacles on a circuit. For example, It's generally a good idea to provide plenty of receptacles in areas where people are likely to use multiple electrical devices, such as living rooms and home offices. It's also important to distribute receptacles evenly throughout the room to avoid overloading any one area. When installing receptacles, make sure to follow all applicable codes and regulations. Use the correct wiring methods, properly ground the receptacles, and test the circuits to ensure they are working correctly. In the specific context of Massachusetts, it is imperative to adhere to any local amendments or interpretations of the NEC. Local jurisdictions may have additional requirements that go beyond the national code. Consult with local electrical inspectors to confirm compliance with all applicable regulations. In summary, while the NEC does not specify a maximum number of receptacles per circuit in dwelling units, it provides guidelines for load calculations and circuit capacity. By following these guidelines, you can determine the appropriate number of receptacles for each circuit and ensure a safe and compliant electrical installation. Always consider future load potential and distribute receptacles evenly to prevent overloading. Remember to consult Article 210.11c for general provisions and Table 210.21b3 for guidance on maximum outlet loads. Always consult the latest edition of the NEC and local amendments for the most up-to-date information. Understanding these code sections and applying them correctly is crucial for ensuring safe and efficient electrical systems in residential dwellings.